Her Majesty's Paymaster General or HM Paymaster General is a ministerial position in the United Kingdom. The Paymaster General was formerly in charge of the office of HM Paymaster General, which held accounts at the Bank of England on behalf of government departments and selected other public bodies. Funds which were made available from the Consolidated Fund were then channeled into OPG accounts, from where they were used by the relevant body. OPG operated a full range of accounts and banking transaction services, including cheque and credit, BACS and CHAPS services for its customers via an electronic banking system. Integration of OPG accounts held with commercial banks was provided by the private company's Affinity Paymaster. However, in 2008, the government announced that the office of the Paymaster General would be incorporated into a new body, the Government Banking Service, which also provides banking operations for HM Revenue and AMP, Customs and National Savings and Investments. Following the Bank of England's decision to withdraw from providing retail banking services, retail banking services for the GBS are provided exclusively by the Royal Bank of Scotland and Citibank, although the Bank of England still plays a role in managing the government's higher-level accounts. The post is now therefore usually combined with another role. When the post is held by a minister in HM Treasury, it ranks third in the Treasury, after the Chancellor of the Exchequer and the Chief Secretary to the Treasury. The post was created in 1836 by the merger of the positions of Paymaster of the Forces, Treasurer of the Navy, Paymaster and Treasurer of Chelsea Hospital and Treasurer of the Ordnance. From 1848 to 1868, the post was held concurrently with that of Vice President of the Board of Trade. The longest-serving holder of the post was Dawn Primerialo, whose portfolio covered HM Revenue and Customs. The incumbent Paymaster General is Ben Gummer, who is also the Minister for the Cabinet Office. List of Paymasters General. Victorian Sir Henry Parnell, BT, 1836 to 1841. Edward Stanley, 1841. Edward Knatchbull, 1841 to 1845. Bingham Baring, 1845 to 1846. Thomas Babington Macaulay, 1846 to 1848. Granville Leveson Gower, 2nd Earl Granville, 1848 to 1852. Edward Stanley, 2nd Baron Stanley of Alderley, 1852. Charles Abbott, 2nd Baron Colchester, 1852. Edward Stanley, 2nd Baron Stanley of Alderley, 1853 to 1855. Edward Pleydell Bouverie, 1855. Robert Lowe, 1855 to 1858. Richard Hurley Hutchinson, 4th Earl of Donoughmore, 1858 to 1859. Algernon Percy, Lord Louvain, 1859. James Wilson, 1859. William Cowper, 1859 to 1860. William Hutt, 1860 to 1865. George Goshen, 1865 to 1866. William Monsell, 1866. Stephen Cave, 1866 to 1868. Frederick Hamilton Temple Blackwood, 1st Earl of Dufferin, 1868 to 1872. Hugh Childers, 1872 to 1873. William Adam, 1873 to 1874. Stephen Cave, 1874 to 1880. David Plunkett, 1880. George Glynn, 2nd Baron Wolverton, 1880 to 1885. Frederick Lygon, 6th Earl Beauchamp, 1885 to 1886. The Lord Thurlow, 1886. Frederick Lygon, 6th Earl Beauchamp, 1886 to 1887. Adalbert Brownlow Cust, 3rd Earl Brownlow, 1887 to 1889. Victor Child Villiers, 7th Earl of Jersey, 1889 to 1890. Robert Windsor Clive, 1st Baron Windsor 1890–1892. Charles Sealhen 1892–1895. John Hope, 7th Earl of Hopetoun 1895–1899. Charles Spencer Churchill, 9th Duke of Marlborough 1899–1902. Edwardian and wartime Savile Crossley 1902–1905. Richard Corston 1905–1910. iThe Guest, 1st Baron Ashby St Ledgers 1910–1912. Edward Strachey, 1st Baron Strachey 1912–1915. Thomas Lee, 2nd Baron Newton 1915–1916. Arthur Henderson 1916. Joseph Compton Rickett 1916–1919. Tudor Walters 1919–1922. Office vacant 1922–1923. Neville Chamberlain 1923. William Joynson Hicks 1923. Archibald Boyd Carpenter 1923–1924. Harry Gosling 1924. Office vacant 1924–1925. George Sutherland Leveson Gower, 5th Duke of Sutherland 1925–1928. Richard Onslow, 5th Earl of Onslow 1928–1929. Sidney Arnold 1929–1931. Office vacant 1931. Tudor Walters 1931. Ernest Lamb, 1st Baron Rochester 1931–1935. Robert Hutchison, 1st Baron Hutchison of Montrose 1935–1938. Geoffrey Fitzclarence, 5th Earl of Munster 1938–1939. Edward Turner, 6th Earl Winterton 1939. Office vacant 1939–1940. Robert Gascoigne Cecil, Viscount Cranbourne 1940. Office vacant 1941–1941. Morris Hankey 1941–1942. William Jowett 1942. Frederick Lindeman, 1st Baron Cherwell 1942–1945. Post-war office vacant 1945–1946. Arthur Greenwood 1946–1947. Hilary Marquand 1947–1948. Christopher Addison 1948–1949. Gordon MacDonald, 1st Baron MacDonald of Gwynys Gore 1949–1951. Frederick Lindeman, 1st Baron Cherwell 1951–1953. George Douglas Hamilton, 10th Earl of Selkirk 1953–1955. Office vacant 1955–1956. Walter Monckton 1956–1957. Reginald Maudling 1957–1959. Percy Mills 1959–1961. Henry Brooke 1961–1962. John Boyd Carpenter 1962–1964. George Wigg 1964–1967. Office vacant 1967–1968. Edward Shackleton 1968. Judith Hart 1968 1969, Harold Lever 1969 1970, David Eccles 1970 to 1973, Maurice Macmillan 1973 1974, Edmund Dale 1974 to 1976, Shirley Williams 1976 to 1979, Angus Maud 1979 to 1981, Francis Pym 1981, Cecil Parkinson 1981 to 1983, Office vacant 1983 1984, John Gummer 1984 1985, Kenneth Clark 1985 to 1987, Peter Brook 1987 to 1989, Malcolm Sinclair, 20th Earl of Caithness 1989 1990, Richard Ryder 1990, John Ganzoni, 2nd Baron Belstead 1990 to 1992, John Cope 1992 to 1994, David Heathcote Amory 1994 to 1996, David Willett 1996, Michael Bates 1996 1997.